Alright guys, welcome back to the 76 Grand Cross video. So the Nazi's banner is going to be ending on Christmas Day, which means that is the confirmation release date for the next festival character coming towards 76 Grand Cross. Of course, the big December festival, which is always more likely the biggest festival of the year. So in today's video, we're going to talk about who this festival character could be coming in December. But before that, since Nazi's banner does actually last 3 weeks long, that does mean we should be getting a step up either in 1 week or in 2 weeks time, 1 week before the actual 25th. Because currently right now we haven't gotten a Christmas character, so it's very likely we're going to be getting a Christmas step up. So before we get into towards the festival, let's try and predict and give some ideas who the actual Christmas character could be. So we'll start off trying to predict the next Christmas character. Alright, so a likely one is definitely going to be a new mono, mainly because they love doing OCs for Christmas, mainly because the Christmas animations, they have more control over it for the OCs comparable towards any character from 7 Days Since. And in terms of Christmas OCs, we've already gotten a Shin and Camilla this year, we've already gotten a Valenti Christmas character, same goes for Lilia. Mono and Easton are the only two left, I believe, but Easton has already gone all 3 versions of each of the Eastons, so they would have to make a whole new Easton for that, so I think likely, and with the human metas being relevant right now, maybe we do get an actual step up in mono. One possible character could be a Zeneri, because we got Jenna earlier this year, so if they want to do like a little duo partner, we could get Zeneri afterwards too. And she's got a relic to buff up the humans, so if we actually get a frontline Zeneri, although that'd be kind of a bit weird because we have probably too many frontline humans right now. Who knows? I think she kind of fits that theme of being like a kind of not irrelevant character, but like one that fits for a step up. I say this every year and it never happens, but hey, we'll say it again this year. A Fat King in a Santa outfit, even if it is just a costume, would be perfect, right? We haven't got a Fat King since the launch of the game, and right now I believe the Fat Kings, there are 3 versions of King, so it unfortunately more likely not to happen because you'll have to make a whole new character with like whole different new ultimate animations as a step up rather than a 6 and done banner. But hey, it has to be said. Okay, so I would prefer to have original Chandler, but we've already gone a step up original Chandler this year, so I don't know if they're going to do it, but once again, going down the same road of Fat King, Chandler has that bit, has that aesthetic of being an actual like Santa character, or I guess even Krampus, right? They could do that for actually Cusack as well. I think Cusack would probably fit the Krampus theme a little bit more. And since we already gotten a step-up Chandler, I guess, earlier this year, having one for Cusack would make a lot of sense too. I've been saying for a long time now, but we need a new Jericho. Now, the next one coming is more likely going to be the 4 Nights Jericho, but they definitely could have done a Jericho from 70 Sins where she actually has her ice powers. It's a bit weird. Normally when the character gets a power-up, they always get a new version where, for this Jericho, she had her ice powers, but they just gave it as like normal skills rather than changing the ultimate and making a whole character theme around her ice abilities. Once again, if they want to fit the theme, I think Jericho is a free character in a way. Once again, you have to make a whole new character for her basically because she can't have the same animations because we've already had 3 versions of the Jerichos. But I think this one people would love. So yeah, I think that's all the characters you could do for like a step up. For the ones I think it's more likely, I'm gonna go Cusack, I think, just because I like the Krampus idea a little bit, and yeah, Demon Cusack as a step up, it fits it a little bit. Okay, so now it's time to talk about the festival characters. And guys, I mean, it isn't a brave statement to say that the New Year festival is probably more likely going to be in Meli, but let's talk about Tristan. Now, we just got Lancelot. A lot of people think that we could get Tristan for New Year's, and I guess it's possible. While the pattern of getting a new Meli is been literally the thing we've been getting for like 5 years now, I think if someone was to break that cycle, it would be a Tristan. However, I feel like getting Tristan right after Lancelot, where we've barely even got any 4 Nights characters, is a bit too soon. I think getting Tristan for the global anniversary in March next year with a few 4 Nights characters before that would be kind of okay with me, right? Because I want to see Nassian, or we've got Nassians. I want to see Arn, I want to see Donnie, I want to see a few other 4 Nights characters in the game before we just jump straight towards the actual 4 Nights characters. But yeah, I guess if someone's going to break the cycle, it would be him, but maybe for global annie. Now, I have to say it, but apparently there was a leak a while ago, and I don't know how confirmed this is. This wasn't from 7 Days Since leak, so I'm not going to say it's guaranteed for certain, but also it isn't too much of a stretch to someone to predict this anyway. But a new King Meli is going to be coming for New Year's. But apparently the leak does say that the New Year Meli will be King Meli, so this is one I think a lot of people were kind of expecting anyway, because we got to see a King Meli at the end of the 17th chapter, where you do get to verse him. However, he does have the exact animations as the OG Meli, so not really giving anything away there. But yeah, I'd really like this Meli actually, especially if it is the one based from the actual movie. I say movie, it's just full counter Meli, right? Like I've been saying for such a long time now, how have we not gotten a full counter Meliodas that is above the SSR rarity? We only got it day one with an SR. We really do need a full counter Meliodas, and this would be the one I would love to see with it. But there's also a King Meli from Fortnite Apocalypse, where yes, he does change his outfit, and I think I do prefer this outfit a little more than the actual white coat one. But yeah, this Meli could be kind of crazy. He's got Trillion Dark, he's got the full counter, he's got every move that we've seen in every previous Meli have. So you can think of that Fortnite Meli as a kind of a mix and match of every Meli we already had in the game, but just as a new cool version of Fortnite. That is the one I think could come probably likely next year if they really wanted to. But, you know, we have seen them like with Escanor and even Parody Barn just jump straight towards like almost the final form Escanor, which they could very well do for this new Meli as well. A Meli I think a lot of people, including myself, want to see come to the game is a new Assault Mode Meliodas. However, he has wings. More or less the Assault Meli from the actual final fight of 7 Days Sins. We already saw this year that they've already redone festival characters, but add a little twist towards it. So, of course, Light Escanor was the ultimate Escanor, and we got a new one this time around where they did incorporate the skinny Escanor, which was basically an excuse for them to add ultimate Escanor. And I would love to see an Assault Meli again in the game, because let's be honest, this is one of the more iconic characters, and yeah, he just kind of sucked. Even when he came out at the time, wasn't that great. And it can do so much with his Meliodas. And the one, of course, I want to see is, of course, the Nemesis combo move where he uses the combo skill with all the sins, doing a massive full counter and killing the Demon King. This can make for probably one of the best ultimate looking wise in the game. But I really do think this Assault Meli with the Nemesis move combo attack is a really good send-off towards 7 Days Sins, because you get to have the Meli with all the sins, the final skill, basically. I think this is the one I want to see the most. And then the final one we got mentioned here, but it is Berserk Meliodas. Now, we just saw on Idle Adventure, they had gotten a festival character being Berserk Meliodas, and it does feature artwork never seen before in Grand Cross. And if you play Idle Adventure, everything is just taken from, obviously, 7 Days Sins. Now, it is possible that they could make artwork original for that game, but it's also very likely that if they've made that artwork, it's either because they want to actually use it for Grand Cross, or maybe even Origins in a few years' time. But, like, I think, if anything, I think most of us agree, Berserk Meli is probably the Melios we all want in the game, more than anything else. You know, the blank look, the demon mark, his massive dark arms. It is literally probably, I think, my personal favorite Melios ever in the story. And I think what would be really cool as well is if he has like an intro animation where Veronica comes in and then Boomy breaks out and then you get to see him standing there like a black figure. It'd be so sick. I generally think this could be one of the hyper videos we could see in the game, and I really do hope it is him, but I'm not really holding out. But yeah, we'll see if that actually does happen. So yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. Let me know who you think will be the actual new Melios coming for the end of the year. If you think it's going to be Melios, or if you think it might be a Tristan. I guess considering that we got a little bit of leaks that it could be an actual King Meli, is more likely going to be the one in the white coat. For the one I would like to see the most is definitely Berserk Meli, and the one that I would like them to do as well at some point in the future is an Assault Meli with the Nemesis combo attack. So guys, thank you for watching the video, and yeah.